The sweet peas have been soaking overnight and I've just drained the water off. Just don't know if you'll be able to see these well enough or not. I can visibly see that the seeds have swollen, although not many have actually split. Never mind, let's get sowing. I'm just preparing these two 10-cell trays. Normally I'd use the root trainer cell trays, but I've not got any at hand at the moment, so these will do. We've got a fairly decent depth to the tray, as you can see. And what I'll do is actually put probably maybe 3 seeds in each cell, and then they sort themselves out. The number of seeds is deceiving. I've actually done way too many, so rather than waste them, I'm going to put multiple. There's probably 4 and there's 5 in here. Just press the seeds down to a thumbnail depth, and they'll sort themselves out. Sweet peas are happy to live together in one block. I did it last year, planted them out and had a real good display. As I said, these varieties called Hilda's Mix. And the compost I'm using is Bathgate's Champion Blend. So once you're happy with the seeds, just top the cells up. And that's it. Sweet peas will germinate in quite low temperatures. Just give them a little light watering in. And I'll leave these in the greenhouse. Although the temperatures dropping over night time, these will be okay. Just make sure that the moist doesn't get to them. One of my favourite bulbs of spring is the Snowdrop. These naturalise quite well. There's a clump. There's another one here. And this here is the bucket that they was divided from. When these are finished flowering, I shall split them again. I'm sowing the tomato seeds in this Agrolan plug plant trainer. Now you can use a normal seed tray, even a 3-inch pot will do. But I like to use these plug trainers, now I've found them, because they give minimum root disturbance when you're potting on. The compost I'm using is the Bathgate's Champions Blend. And I'm just popping the lid upside down to put in some sowing holes. This is the tomato seed, and as you can see it's very, very flat. Depending on the variety will depend on how much seed you get. These are F1, and because they're very tightly controlled, the breeding, you don't get many seeds. But if you buy some of the open pollinated varieties, you get much more. In this packet that I bought, you get only 10 seeds. This variety is called Crimson Crush, and it is what they call a blight resistant tomato, which is one of the main diseases that a tomato can get. It can wipe a crop out overnight. So we only got 10 in this packet, and I will be sowing probably about another 10 at least, probably maybe more. I'll just give them a little light spray while they're in the sowing holes, just to make sure that they're damp, and then I'll just pop a little bit of vermiculite on the top. So I've sown 20 seeds altogether. I've added the vermiculite, and you can also see the water soaking up through there. I'll put in the propagator at around 18 degrees for germination, but first of all I'll fill the rest of these. So that's the plug trainer now completely sown with tomatoes. I'll just run through what I've actually sown. So in rows 1, 2, 3, That's the variety Crimson Crush. There's 21 cells there. I've only got 20 seeds, so that's 20 in there. And in the row 4 we've got number 25, which is tomato tumbler. I've done those for the hanging baskets. 7 in total on that. Row number 26 on row number 5, that there is tomato furline. That's another blight resistant variety similar to the Crimson Crush. If you remember last year or the year before, I did a comparison of the 3 blight resistant at the time, and the other one was Mountain Magic, but out of the 3 I preferred the Crimson Crush. So I've ground 1 row of them, 7 plants, and finally the last 2 on the end in pods 6 and 7 are number 27 is the Tomato Sweet Million, and there's 2 rows of there, 14 plants. They'll be going in the greenhouse because they're my favourite cherry tomato. So that's the tomatoes done. They'll be put into the Vitapod with the grow lights on because that's set at 18 degrees, and that'll be lovely temperature to get them off started. I'm going to be starting the cucumbers now. This is a variety called Mini Munch, which is quite a small one. It only grows probably 10-12 centimetres long. Exactly the same method if you're growing the traditional long ones, but I prefer the flavour of these, and tend to pick them on a regular basis and they crop tremendously. Now cucumbers can be a little bit temperamental, and I'm also very sensitive and all, so try and keep them at a constant temperature. And if you purchase the plants from a greenhouse, make sure that the plant is wrapped up around before you take it out into the bitter cold, because they object severely. As you can see, the seeds is quite flat. So a personal preference for me with flat seed, I do like to sow them on the side, and then if there is any standing water at all in the compost, the seeds don't get swamped and rot. So that's them 4 in there. I'll just show it a bit closer. And all I'll do now is top those up with compost. Sometimes I'll have a bit of vermiculite, but I've got none handy. That's okay there. Just tamp it down. I'll give it a little spray of water. And then this will go into the heated propagator. It's set at 18, and I think that'll be okay for the cucumbers. Normally I'd have it a little bit higher, probably 20, 22. But I don't want these cucumbers to grow too quickly. So hopefully that will get them ticking over until we're ready to pot on. I'm going to be starting the beetroot off in this 12 cell half tray. So just top it up with compost. This is the Bathgates Champions Blend compost. Just level it off there, give it a little tap just to remove any air pockets or anything like that. Now beetroot seed is weird stuffy. It always reminds me of little chips of bark or cork, and in each one of those seeds there, that will divide and produce 2 or 3 plants. What I'm going to do in mine here now is to sow 2 seeds in each cell, and because this is the first sowing for me of the season, we'll take these as small little plants. Then the second sowing I'll sow as individual ones, and let them grow to maturity, and those are the ones that we tend to pickle, and they do taste quite nice. So I'll just carry on sowing these and I'll bring you back in a minute. There's all the seeds sown now. I'll just poke them down round about 1 inch, 2.5 centimetres. So this variety is called Baltardy, which is probably one of the most popular varieties out, and it's got its name because it does resist to actual bolting. I've never had one go, I don't think. So this is just popped down now to about 1 inch deep. What I'll do, I'll actually give the seed a little spray before I cover them up. I like to make sure in most of my sowings that the seeds have got moisture around them, which does aid with the germination starting. So that's that all done there now. Just top it back up with compost. Level it off. Just another little tap. Just tamp them down now. I'll put these in the propagator, although the beetroot will germinate more or less anything. I think the propagator is set at 15 centigrade, so they should be up in no time. So join me in the greenhouse, folks, and we've had that rare sighting of the sunshine for about the last hour, and it's the day I chose to spend in the greenhouse. I've been doing a bit of potting on. I've potted on a few brassicas. I'll bring you up to date with those in a minute. But I'm just in the process of doing the first lot of onions, potting these on. These are the Robinson's Mammoth ones, and notice these little standoffs or stands. And it's something I saw on Mick Pulteney's channel. And they'd made these little supports out of bits of wire, wrapped them around a bottle and got that nice shape. Just pop them in there and it gives the onion a bit of that extra support while it's growing. I've done these in a few different lengths. So in the past I've had a few where the onion has flopped over and it's actually kinked the onion, and it don't really do any good after that. So these hopefully will prevent that. I've already made a few. I've obviously got to make quite a few more because there's more onions to pot on. So I'll crack on and bring you up to speed a bit later. I'll just give it a little update to show you what's been happening. Pop the lid off. Down the far end, that's some onions I've potted on. They'll look a bit droopy at the moment, but they'll pick up once they get the heat under them again. In that root trainer there, I think them are a zabroon, actually, some more zabroon or sown. Them are coming up. They need potting, actually. And the last thing in here at the moment is the chilies and the capsicums, the peppers. They're doing okay. They did flop over for a bit, but I think it was a bit of a temperature shock, but they seem to have picked up. So that's what's happening in there, and I'll just show it quickly in the one. Just pop the lid back on because it kept the heat down. I've just popped the grow lights on to probably show it a bit better. In that Agriland plug plant trainer, the grey one there, those are the tomatoes that we sown not long ago, and have had a really good germination off those. I've still got some more mammoth to prick out here, and there's some more down there. I think them are the stragglers on the back end. But we're in the allotment greenhouse now, and these are all the brassicas that I've potted on into 7 centimetre pots. They'll be staying in here now until planting out. They'll get a bit root bound, but they won't hurt them at all. I'll just keep an eye on the temperature, and if it's risk falling below 5, I'll actually pop some fleece over the top. But apart from that, they'll be left to their own devices in here. Got some leeks here. Them are the musselburgh. You can see them are coming on quite nicely. And just over here, we've got some lettuce. There's a little gem on the far side, Navara Red, which is the oak leaf one, and the oak leaf green here, Smile. As you can see from them lettuce, they needed going out quite a long while ago. I was late pricking them out. The long-term plan for them is to go into the veggie pod as part of the grow all I can eat in 9 square feet. But first of all, that needs to be cleaned out. I've still got quite a lot of pricking out to do, plus I've not started sowing the flowers yet. So that's going to be keeping me busy for the next few days. That's about it for now. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I've had quite a few in the last week or two, and I think I've just passed the 12,000 mark. So welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. Thanks to the regulars. If you've not already subscribed, there's a little button down in this corner here. Give that a press and also ring the bell, and you'll be notified when I put up a new video. That's about it then. See you the next time. Bye for now.